Hey guys, how's it going? Billy here. As you can see, my hair's pretty long right now. I definitely need a haircut. Don't I look weird with my hair this long? I mean, at least for me, I like keeping my hair short because I work in an office and I don't have to comb it, or I don't want to comb it. When I was younger, when I was a kid, I used to have a hair a little bit longer than this, but I had to comb it, so it didn't look messy. But I don't like doing that now as an adult. So I usually keep it short so that I don't have to comb it or do anything. So this is like bed hair. I wake up and this my hair looks all messy, and which again, if I'm not doing anything special, who cares? But in a professional setting like an office or at work, whatever, it doesn't look right. If I go into an interview looking like this, they might judge me and not hire me. But whatever. So I'm gonna get a haircut hopefully today. But we'll see. Anyways, hope you guys have been doing well. I think. See, I haven't done a video in like 3 weeks. I think I always forget. Well, I mean, I always forget when the last time was. I was thinking about making videos, but I never really have like a topic to talk about. The only thing I'll mention is that you know, I, I'm just waiting for stuff to come out, like games and shit. I don't play that much games, but whatever excites me, like GTA 6, like that excites me. Like, hopefully it comes out when it's supposed to come out. Um, it's been how many years? 12 years since the last one came out, which is insane. Taking 12 years to make a game. So it must be amazing, and it'll probably be amazing 100%. When GTA 5 came out, it was amazing. It was record breaking. This will probably be the same thing. So there's no low expectations for the game. Hopefully what they could do is, which is something that should be done for all games in general. They should add a co-op to beat in story mode. Like that would be amazing. I think every game should do that, where you can have like either a friend or even three other friends, help you beat the story. Some games do that, most don't. I don't know why. Because even shitty games will be played if you have somebody to do it with, because it makes it more fun. Like when I was a kid, I would try to play any games. For there was co-op technically didn't exist. Super Nintendo or whatever. But it would have been fun to always play with somebody. I have a brother who's 2 years younger, and I would play with him. It would have been amazing to play all of those games with him and try to beat the story. Like Contra, in the Super Nintendo, Contra 3. That's like a co-op game. Me and my brother would play that forever, over and over again, it was just great. It just made it more fun playing together. So that's what they should really do. Most game companies add co-op to everything so that you can beat the story in co-op with somebody else. I really don't know why they don't do it. And then the next thing they should do, most game companies, is stop, especially if they have a low budget, stop with a fucking 3D. They can make most games 2D. Like, I like 2D games. Like, I don't understand why everything's gonna be 3D. Like, I don't really know if it costs more to do 3D or maybe 2D. I would think it would. I would think 3D costs more. But if that's not, I mean, if that's the case, that 3D is more, then they should do more 2D. Because I like a lot of games in 2D. There's some 3D games that is so unnecessary for them to be 3D, unless it's like a COD or something. Some big game like GTA has to be 3D, of course. But if it's like a small indie game, like they really don't have to do 3D. They put all this money and trying to make it 3D, and then the game just sucks, you know. But whatever, just ranting about video games. I haven't been watching a lot of stuff lately. Like, I still haven't gotten into any new animes. I don't think there has been anything interesting for me to watch. My friend keeps telling me to watch One Piece, which I want to, but kind of like I mentioned before, that shit has so much filler, so much crap. You know, it takes like 4 or 5 episodes for one little thing to happen. They drag it out so much that I get bored. And you know, One Piece is great. It's fun. I'm in episode what, like 900, I think. You know, so I watched a lot of it. They just gotta make it more fast paced. It's too fucking slow the way they do the anime. My friend tells me just to read the manga, but you know, I don't know. I don't. It's not the same. I mean, I could probably do it. I've tried doing it, and I've gone hooked for a bit, but then for some reason I don't come back to it. I don't know. I don't know what it is. The only manga I keep track with is the Dragon Ball Super one when it was going on. But so I haven't watched anything really new. I watched this documentary about like I was looking online and somebody had what is it called, recommended it. It's about, you know, this is gonna be random, but it's about Hitler, in, you know, from World War II. You know, most people know. I'm guessing, you know, if you've gone to school, you know what happened in the in history with the World War One, World War Two. So I did the same thing. I you know, went to school. I know a lot of dates and big wars and stuff like that. But one regret I have is not paying more attention to school, especially like history class. Like, I was really good in math class. I sucked in English class. I sucked in science class, and I sucked in history class. I think it's because, you know, I'm English isn't my first language, so I think that's why I sucked. But I had a little bit of a hard time, and I didn't pay as much of attention. So even though I know like vague dates of when wars happen, and you know, stuff like that, you know, Civil War, the United States Independence Day, you know, stuff like that. I don't know like specific details. So somebody had I saw that somebody had recommended this movie to kind of like you know, explains this guy who was pretty much the cause of World War II. And you know how he was just some artist, some nobody who just was angry that that Germany lost in World War One, and he wanted to, you know, get vengeance, I guess, and show the world that how great Germany is, and rose to power, which I found fascinating. That, you know, he was a nobody, and he rose to power, you know, from nothing to fucking the leader of a country, and this one, you know, one of the most powerful people in the world. Of course, he got into over his head and started doing stupid shit, and then, you know, got a lot of his people killed, and then eventually he killed himself to run away from the consequences. You know, I'm sure some of you guys who have gone to school know about it, but it's really interesting though. Again, you know, how it came to power, and when all those events is very, very interesting. I watched it. It was a series in Netflix. It was like 6 different episodes. It was an hour each. It was I really enjoyed it. It came out I think like 2 years ago. I just watched it like 2 weeks ago. And you know, with the technology we have now, they were able to restore a lot of the audios from around that time, and a lot of the films from around that time, and it was just really well done, at least in my opinion. Especially the stuff that happened like in the beginning, you know, and of why this fucking guy, this Hitler guy, decided to do what he did. Uh, I think history repeats itself, and it's always good to know history is really important. So, like again, I wish I would have learned not just that part. I wish I would have paid attention more about history in when I was in school, or just generally anything. Even science and English. Well, English, I still hate reading books. I like reading articles, but I hate reading books. Like I read like 2 books in my whole entire life. Like I did bad in school, but again, but so I thought it was really interesting. I would recommend it definitely to people. It's always good to know what happened in the past, because you might learn something. You might see something. You might understand why the present is the way it is. I thought it was good stuff. It was good information, a good series. So I was thinking about watching another one, but another documentary on Netflix, but I'm still trying to decide what I want to watch. Cause movies, I get bored. I don't like watching movies. Like there's a lot of superhero movies that come out, and I really can't get into them. I get bored because maybe because I'm an adult now and I know how fiction it is, and since I was an editor, I kind of know what I made some of those effects. Well, I've used effects before for my AMVs and stuff, and seeing other people's video effects. For some reason they don't. I mean, they're impressive, but I kind of don't care. Especially now with AI, like you see all this BS coming from people using AI, so nothing's really impressive anymore. I don't know. It's so I don't know. I just can't get into movies anymore. Like I don't even know what I can get into, so I'm trying to figure that out. What excites me, what I want to watch, what I want to do in my free time. Anyway, this video is fucking getting too long. I think it's almost like 13 minutes since I've been talking. It's raining right now. Damn, I'm choking. It's raining right now. It's October 14th, I think, 13th. We're in fall. Winter's gonna start. Winter is gonna happen soon. It's starting to get colder, and I'm not looking forward to it. Anyway, guys, this video is getting too long. I'll talk to you later, hopefully. All right, take care, guys.